Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And yeah, I know it's been a while. It's been like 3 months, I think, since I made a long form video. I was gonna make a whole video about my lack of interest in wrestling lately, but I wasn't sure if I really wanted to do this, so maybe I'll touch up on it. This is not the topic of this video, at least from the thumbnail, but I'll just briefly talk about it. It just felt like I just wasn't progressing on this channel because like all I kept doing was previews of the next PLE because WWE decided to cram all these PLEs to counter AEW, but I guess it turns out because they wanted to just run through that contract with Peacock so they can go on ESPN. And because I guess they have like 10 PLEs on Peacock, so they just wanted to go through them, I think. And it just felt like that's all I was doing. It wasn't what this channel was about when I started. And the reality is WWE has just not been as great in this past year. The thing is, like, when I started this channel, it was actually because I have another channel that I post on more, and it's not a wrestling channel. It's just a lot of different things with rankings and stuff like that. And I was doing some wrestling videos, mainly as a ranking channel. I ranked WrestleMania logos, championship belts, SummerSlam logos, stuff like that. And when I started talking about some wrestling storylines like the John Cena heel turn, a lot of people were telling me like I need to just make a wrestling channel. So I was pumped up. I was pumped up for the John Cena heel turn, and then it fell flat. I was let down. And it seems like that's the way it is with WWE lately. And you can go back, at least from what I recall, the New Day storyline when they turned on Big E. I mean, while I would say that's the only one that may have been successful in a way because they progressed something with that, but nothing really came out of it with Big E. And then we have the famous John Cena heel turn. I was so pumped up. It happened in my hometown here in Toronto, and I regret not attending it and watching it live. But who the hell can afford these tickets anyways? And nothing came out of it. It was such a boring storyline after the fact. The heel turn was amazing, but all the way to WrestleMania 41, it was just it's probably one of the worst WrestleManias that I recall. I hate saying that. Their SummerSlam match, John Cena against Cody Rhodes, was great. It redeemed itself. And I will be doing a John Cena ranking of his last matches in the last year. So if you want to see that, please hit that like and subscribe button. Let's see what else is there. There was the R-Truth, Wrong Killings coming back. And then whatever happened to that, he's back to being R-Truth again. He cut his hair, which he needed to cut, by the way, because there was hairlines everywhere. So I get it. He had to cut his hair eventually. But he came back as Wrong Killings, and then nothing. He's back to being R-Truth in a comedy role. Then we have, after SummerSlam, we have Brock Lesnar returning. He comes back. He attacks Cena. It was, okay, great, fine. It'll be interesting, right? Cool. What happened after that? He was nowhere to be seen until leading up to WrestlePalooza, and all he did was do something with R-Truth, because now he's R-Truth again, not Wrong Killings, in a comedy role. And he comes back and destroys Cena, and that's it. We're not going to have any follow-up. I don't believe he's going to be his final opponent. So that's it. That's it with John Cena. He's done. And I don't think we're going to see Brock Lesnar until the Royal Rumble. So now we have this storyline, which is great. I'm actually pumped up for, sort of. I think there's potential with Braun Breaker turning on, the Visionary altogether, kicking out Seth Rollins. There was no, tension, which I know a lot of people don't like, by the way, but I'm actually all for that. I'm all for that shock turn because there's nothing more annoying than seeing a storyline where two people are at odds. Say the Street Profit, for example. There's always these tensions here and there, and then suddenly it's by that point they turn on each other, we expect it, and I kind of don't like that. I kind of like that when Evolution turned on Randy Orton after he won the championship. I like that kind of once in a while, that shock turn when when the Judgment Day turned on Edge. Again, there was no story. It just happened out of nowhere, and I kind of like that once in a while. So Braun Breaker spearing Seth Rollins out of nowhere, I'm all for it. I'm excited, but I have no hope. I have no hope that WWE is going to capitalize on it and move forward. And there's a reason why I'm making this video now before Raw. I'm recording this Monday morning, and I'm hoping to release this before Raw because I want to see what happens. I want to be proven wrong, but my guess is, from the rumors, is that Seth Rollins is actually injured, which is why they made that storyline, and he's going to relinquish. So we're not going to see anything down the road, but I'm hoping WWE can capitalize on it. You know, Seth Rollins, I don't even know if he's a face or heel at this point, because the way he was talking about the Brawns, about how he didn't need them, all this stuff, I mean, it kind of shows that they're technically turning on someone. Like, they're kind of the faces in this one for a second when you think about it. Like, you know, he's constantly talking down to them and they turned on him. I mean, I'm always going to be a wrestling fan. Let's put it this way. I've been a wrestling fan for, over 25 years, that's for sure. And I will talk about in a future video about why how I became a wrestling fan, and even talk maybe a bit about my wrestling training, because I did train to be a wrestler when I was 18. Trained for 2 years, but I could talk about that in the future. I never actually talked publicly about that. But yeah, that's one of those things I might want to do in the future. More ranking videos. I want to do that. That's more of what I like to do. But if you want to see more videos, getting my 2 cents on the current product, but at the same time, do ranking videos, definitely hit the like and subscribe button. I don't plan on doing any more previews, though. Just not really interested in that, unless it's, say, Royal Rumble and WrestleMania. Those are the only ones I might consider doing. But when it comes to just PLEs, Saturday Night Main Event, I honestly don't really want to do those types of videos anymore. So yeah, as always, please hit that like and subscribe button. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it's a quick one. And yeah, I'm hoping to do more consistent videos, and I hope I definitely see you guys on the next one.